And pim time, pim dummy. Bito form do a messa sorry. Bebusia didia me ho atomi. Me ni mere wo pabu wanu ke and komi. E pim time, pim dummy. Bito form do a messa sorry. Bebusia didia me ho atomi. Me ni mere wo pabu wanu ke and komi. Woyo, I'm a soldier, one man soldier. Means roja. Woyo, I'm a soldier, one man soldier. Means insuo, and sroja. Charlie, welcome to a Mind Kron Ghana. Bienvenido, sir. Oman Kron Ghana, man. I don't know how to say it in Spanish though. So me mamuni na akwa ba ediba Oman Kron Ghana jumedi so. Now and then yebe kasa afa Ghana hu bebre. We'll speak about Palestine, free Palestine. Hashtag free Palestine. Hashtag fix the country. Hashtag occupy Julobi house. Our country Ghana is in disrepair, said then minim said Americano. Our country, Ghana, is in tatters. But as the ordained crown prince of Ghana, we know that the Pan-African system is the perfect system for we as Ghanaians, we as Africans. Because this is the system that black people have been using forever prior to we getting colonized. So as an Asante, I know about the Edinkra symbol and I realized the Edinkra symbol Sankofa signifies and tell me that I should go back to who I was, know who you are, be on your own spiritual journey. Everything is energy. You know, move into the fifth dimension with me. I have videos on YouTube. Go and check those videos out. Everything is energy. On Friday, last Friday, I made a video on Reunited Life. Go and check it out on YouTube. Know how to shift between dimensions as a humans. Now, we came on this earth to grow, and every experience gives us negatives and positives. But then you need to know the opposite of something to exist before you can experience it. Now, let me give you an example. If you are 5'7" like me, and I live among people who are 5'5" in height, for 30 years, I would think I am the tallest person in the world until I meet somebody who is way taller than me, who can fold me into two, right? So you need to know the opposite of something existing before you. That is why we need good and bad. If there is nothing bad, you will know you are doing good, right? So God created everything, the universal law of polarity. This is a fundamental law. Everything has two sides, as above, so below, right? When you see a tree, you see what is up there, but you don't see what is underneath the soil. The roots holding the tree down. So as you are seeing it going up, you think it's just up. But what it's doing down there, you have no idea. Because it needs to secure its roots in order to support the tree. So everything has two sides, right? And as reality creators, or this generation of Africans who want to change all the negativity around the world. And as I said, hashtag free Palestine. Now, the United Nations as a body, to the ordained crown prince of Ghana, is one of the useless organizations I've seen, right? Because the reason why it was formed, it is not working towards that reason. Rather, it has allowed capitalists and rich people to control the UN. Because when you look at what is happening to the people of Palestine now the Christians in Africa who don't know that Israel was created in 1948, let me give you a little bit of a backstory. When they went there, the people they are calling the Palestinians now were already on the land. The indigenous people, just like they did everywhere around the world. And they started doing what they do best, moving them. And now The country Israel, that you people go on a pilgrimage from Africa, insulting everything you, insulting up to your own mothers and fathers that are gone, not knowing that they are the connection to you in the spiritual realm. So now we've been told as black people to pay homage to everything white and paint our own very existence black. That is why our continent is what it is today. Now, when you look at the UN, now when I mean by we've been programmed, it means when we are going to school in our own land, we are being taught a foreign language, a language that teaches you that everything black is negative. So psychologically, it seeps into the subconscious mind. And when we talk about neuroscience, now I made a video about reparations, and today I'm stating it again. To the then Crown Prince of Ghana, reparations is not the papers Europe can give to Africa, because Europe is not richer than Africa in any sense. Not in natural resource, not in human resource. So, to me, reparations is accepting wrongdoing, constant wrongdoing, ever since we became friends. Now, when NATO and its members and European countries visit Africa, they talk about China. But look at where China is. What happened to you and I, our relationship? What did you do wrong to allow somebody who comes from a far land do better for me than you? And now you come to Africa, backing others. You come to Africa, in you putting sanctions. How can you sanction Africa? How can you sanction Zimbabwe? And then African leaders will sit and look at Zimbabwe getting sanctioned because they think it is not their country. But there is no country in Africa than Africa, Al-Kebula. We are one people. The same people that drew the borders and drew the lines and told us, you stay here, you are Ghanaians. From now onwards, you stay here, you are from Benin. We are removing, we have a big eraser and we are removing all those lines. Those lines should be blurred. We are one people, the children of the sun, the children of Al-Kebula. So, if this is the first time you are watching me, my name is Obonkume Nkumananochi Bediako-Poku, the ordained Crown Prince of Ghana, and I'm here to take whatever belongs to Ghana. I'm here to take whatever belongs to Africa a day at a time. So we are bringing the Pan-African system. And I need to say this, and people need to see me, that I even exist, right? So now I am here on TikTok. If you come and see the video, share it. Share my video so that it gets to your brothers. Show it to your people. Because the Africa we are about to build doesn't have divisions. That is the Pan-African system. No all these forms of democracy. Now, our democracy will be better. Our socialism will be better. Our communism. Because Pan-Africanism is an embodiment of almost all the good systems in the world. And this is what we were using when we were kings and queens. We never fought amongst each other. Don't let them lie to you. Now, most of the times I hear people saying, or black people around the world, African kings sold black people. And I'm like, if you go to women trafficking right now, you will find a woman who helps the men to traffic the girls. Does that mean all women are in support of it? One way or the other, you could get, just like people are so whitewashed, our leaders are so whitewashed that they would rather destroy everything in the motherland and rather loot his own country where he was born and go and buy a house in Monaco and be with the same people looting his continent. He doesn't care. Capitalism. That is the reason they taught us those things in schools. Utter nonsense. Because we have Pan-Africanism. And Pan-Africanism is for you and I as Africans. So the UN, we need to dismantle that body because it doesn't do its work. Just when the United the United States went to Congress and spoke about them stop funding the war in Ukraine, you saw what happened in Israel. Are you not seeing between the lines? Just when your own country said enough is enough, let's stop the killing, they came up with another way of enforcing something somewhere. Why don't you see? And the UN, because they make up the UN, there is no inclusion, right? The United Nations has become a body that is ridiculing its own very core foundations. And we as young people, we as starseeds of this world, we won't watch things. Come on, we are in 2023 when men are flying. Do you think the Osajifo Dr. Kwame Nkrumahs of our land, the Thomas Sankaras of our land, if they had a chance of having the internet, there would the internet yes, you say no. Sana Osajifo Dr. Kwame Nkrumah na the internet beyana. It is about time the NDC, the MPP in Ghana. I have been party agents for both. I have been with the PPP. I've been in 3 political parties. But then what I wanted from all of them, I didn't get, because I wanted inclusion. I wanted a united Ghana, thinking alike, building, abundance, investing in our youth, the children, putting them in career-oriented schools. Apostle Safu School of Neuroscience. Put the child there from age 10 to 25. Let him graduate 15 years in neuroscience. My brothers, yeah, did that was Ghana. Yeah, that was Ghana. And we won't divide ourselves, you and I, my brothers, are below the ages of 50. We are about to build a better Ghana for you and I, our children and our children's children. This is Osajifo Dr. Kwame Nkrumah's land. The visions of the man, let us implement it here. I wish I could meet my father, Kennedy Japan, on my right hand, and my father, Chairman Wuntumi, on the other hand one day. I want to meet them. As a matter of fact, if somebody can, let me meet them. I want to meet the two of them and show them a million things that we need to do in Ghana. That the pettiness of being a flag bearer of the MPP doesn't come close to that, because we don't want to divide ourselves anymore. There is a bigger picture. Yeah, na broni na esesa ye niama na ekon. Into me, my Ghana. Yeah, sorry, waka. I said I wish somebody can do that invite for me. Send me an email. I want to meet them, and when we come out from that meeting, we will change our mindset. Come on, my fathers. We are here. When we keep blaming our fathers for not doing, remember we are still here. Today, present. The universe does not understand the concept of the past, the present, and the future. It is eternally grounded to the present. So what are we doing now? But past teaches us things we should do in the present for a better Ghana and a better Africa. So that is what we should be talking about, and not the pettiness of religion, not the pettiness of democracy, this politics we are doing. All these things, we need to remove them from our land. And it starts with you and I respecting each other and making systems that include, I said Pan-African system is the system we were using. And when they came to Africa, as they do all things African, they called it the barter trade system. Because in the barter trade system, we had enough. Nobody stole. So maybe I need something. Oh, let me call my brother. He has a farm of this. I have a farm of this. Okay, let me give him something and take something. It wasn't, he will give it for free, but then he will ask, what do you also need? If I have it in abundance, I will give you some. Because we had a system. Now, if you want to know what Western civilization in a nutshell is, Let me give you just one something and let you ponder on it tonight as an African or as a Ghanaian. Now, in Western civilization, they have a system and a policy that makes somebody's widow earn more money after the person is dead than to make a policy that will give the family every money on their anniversary. Think about it. So we have death policy where now people kill their spouses because they put their names on the death insurance, and the death insurance will give like 250K. So somebody can kill his spouse. We see it all the time. I watch Discovery ID a lot because I want to learn things in security as well. So when I watch all these things, I'm like, how can you make a policy that will put me killing my spouse into my conscience other than celebrating anniversaries of marriages? So in Pan-African system, when we say we won't divide ourselves, our policies will make sure that the African, whatever it is, you will live a life of abundance because we find gold in our backyards as Africans, for crying out loud. It is not their papers. That is our word. That is why when I talk about reparations, I don't mean them giving us money. I mean everything you stole, you bring it, and an apology. Because we are about to close all embassies of the countries that sat in 1845 and divided Africa from Africa. I swear it. And I speak it into the universe. Now, my brothers in Ghana, this is a warning and a plea as well. Most of the times, yadi ya no ekaseti ya Ghana dodo, misremo. Munjai semo kase. Ghana di enye yo. Yenjai. Omai we your mind kron misremo. Misremo. Munjai semo de manu kaseti ya Ghana. Now so mo de manu be kansempa obi man so no. Yesi konfo bone si ekurombo otimubi. Where's our energies? We are gods. And the more we speak bad, the more we get leaders like this. My brothers, the time starts now. What are we doing today? Today is 11th October 2023. Our year of grace as Africans, our year of power as Africans, and our year of abundance as Africans. We are here to take whatever belongs to Africa, a day at a time. Now, I watched a video of like the Palestine building collapsing. And I'm looking at it, I'm like, there are children in there. There are women. How, man? Israel. The same Israel you go. You go to their land and go and stand behind the rock. The same Israel. Look at what they are doing. In their Bible, isn't a place written, thou shalt not kill? The Bible they brought to us. Look at, when I talk about, we knew God because before anybody thought of gods, black people were the gods of this earth. So we, the star seeds, we are back. We are taking back whatever belongs to Africa. That is why you see what is going on in Africa. It won't stop today. It is going to multiply. But then we are doing it in peace because we can do it differently by speaking. If Osagyefo for Dr. Kwame Nkrumah had TikTok, I think he would have done something like this. So I thought, why not put every day at least 1 hour of my day, irrespective of the fact that I'm so busy with the Pan-African system, writing softwares. So if you are somebody who can do something for the Pan-African system, bring your ideas. It is inclusive. I won't say no. We've written 3,023 software patterns now. I said, we are using technology. We listen to the system, then we do technology to make sure nobody will be homeless in Africa, my brothers. As a matter of fact, we are going to start with retiring our mothers and fathers above the ages of 50. We need to retire them. Their mindset, nah. Because to them, no wealth, no paper, no wealth, no yen Ghana for yen Africans, 1.5 billion black people. with a median age of 19 years, working towards something, a beautiful Africa, an abundant Africa. My youth, are you there? Wherever you find yourself, Abuja, Lome, Freetown, Bamako, Nouakchott, Yaoundé, Dakar, Algiers, Cairo, Egypt, where it is part of Africa. If you don't want to be an African, then you need to leave our land. As a matter of fact, Africa extends to the Middle East. We are all on the same tectonic plate. They divided it with the Suez Canal. Do you know who you are as an African? Do you know who you are? If you knew who you were, you would do nothing but co-create with the universe for an abundant Africa. And it will manifest. We are gods here. Move into the fifth dimensions. Now, so I saw a Palestine video, the tower tearing down. And I was like, Israel. Now, I heard something about why they want to eradicate these people. And sometimes it is so funny. These people, they've never changed. They've changed the systems. Colonization has never left. My brothers, it never left. But then, when I see all this, I'm like, wow. But because maybe I am the ordained crown prince of Ghana, I see above every human system. Because I move in knowledge 800,000 years back when the Caucasian race was not on earth. So when we talk about building an abundant Africa, just watch us what we will do with the continent. Just watch what we will do with Pan-Africanism. For the first time, ask yourself, if Osagyefo Dr. Kwame Nkrumah was a Pan-Africanist, if W.E.B. Du Bois was a Pan-Africanist, if Malcolm X was a Pan-Africanist, Patrice Lumumba, Thomas Sankara, Nelson Mandela, the same Nelson Mandela the CIA had on their list as a terrorist. They had him on the list. They just took it off around the 2000s. So to them, he was a terrorist. The same person they now elogize. So you see what I mean? If we don't stop disrespecting ourselves and dividing ourselves with the pettiness of religion and the pettiness. Now, when you go pick a car from Kaneshi to Odoko, from La Paz to Achimota, do they ask? Yes, when they hear Christoni, a Christopher into your 2 CD. In Kramofor, the 10 Ghana. And now in Kramofor 2 CD. A Christopher 10 Ghana. Yebisa. My brothers, wake up from your slumbers. I said, close the book. Look through nature. Ask your human being. Ask yourself. Meditate. Get time. 15 minutes of your day. Dedicate it to your spirit. Sit quietly in a quiet place. Just like Matthew. I don't like even quoting the Bible because the Bible's knowledge, if you live by the Bible, you become a bad person. I swear it. Because it will make you think, do everything that is bad, but then as soon as you say in the name of Jesus and you repent from your sins, you've been forgiven. But then we as spiritual people know that everything is energy. Everything you put out there will go and come back to hurt you. So we never stole in Africa. We never hurt one another. We knew about energy. So we called them bosom. Esumbo emaye. It was never, you see the way they have interpreted our own language. But how can you even know your own language when you are being taught English from age 2? And then they put you in an institution, which is a school. It's like a prison where they teach you constantly their languages. You spend most of your time there, promising a better future, promising that when you graduate from the university, this is your life. But then you come and get there and you are like, why did I waste my time on this? when I could have been focusing on my God-given talent, gift. So our education going forward in Pan-Africanism will be career-oriented. The first four years of education starts from age 6. There won't be kindergarten, crèche. No, the child should stay at home. The mother should take care of the child for me. I will pay that woman. Be there. Take care of the child. We will have television programs and applications that you can give to the children to learn. It is not by force to wake the child up at 6 o'clock because you are going to work. The same work that can pay for her school fees. The same work. Hey, who made this stupid system for Ghanaians to understand? Maybe I said maybe it's because I have known this since I was a child, right? And maybe it's because I was born like this. So going forward, we need to do so many systems that will make humanity. Life itself is a gift. Unfortunately, people have made it a hell to live in. But then, why are we giving power to people that have papers and don't have even a third eye? They can't even develop the pineal gland, and we've given power to them. How conscious would they be of the universe? How conscious would they be of the universe? So somebody in Europe right now who has never set foot in Israel, can claim he is Jewish and claim Israel citizenship. But do you know that a Palestine, over 6 million people who were forced out of their own lands in 1948, whose origins are in those lands, who are natives of those lands, can't do that. Why? And the United Nations is watching. All our institutions, we need massive reforms. Your way of thinking is so evil. No, we need better people governing the world. Not people who claim they have money. To the new generation, wealth will be what comes out of your mouth and what you do. The positive, what is the English that I want to use? Your positive impact in society should be your wealth and worth going forward as humans, man. Now, we know about the apartheid regimes going on in Israel. So people in South Africa know what it is to live in a country where, in your own country, they tell Jewish and Europeans around the Western Bank, somewhere around the Western Bank, right? The West Bank, there's a passage for Israelites and Europeans, and there is another passage for Arabs. Just like if I stop you and let you pass through a checkpoint as a Jewish person in Ghana, you will talk about discrimination, right? But that is what is going on in Israel. The same Israel, our people, are fighting themselves over. Jehovah's Witness and Pentecost people will never marry. You will never see them even encouraging themselves to marry each other. But they serve the same Jesus, God, Holy Spirit. And they are not seeing above the system that all that was put there to divide the black man, and nothing else that has to do with the Most High. Because if you tell me that as a mother, as a father, as an uncle, if you bring maybe your nephew to your home and you didn't tell her or him your nephew, so you didn't tell him the do's and don'ts of the house, and he does something against your rules, for the first time as a human, even a human, will you punish your nephew? Will you punish your son? Will you punish your daughter into an eternity of suffering? Just think about it. If So they tell me the Most High that created all these beauties, created everything, knew about what will happen to humanity, knew that Adam and Eve will eat it, because when you talk about an omnipotent, all-knowing, look at how they are touting God. Come on, the Bible was written over 2,000 years ago by people that never saw an aeroplane. The Quran was written by people that never saw a car, a mobile phone, internet, light, toothpaste, maybe toothpaste. So many things. In a time where people were fighting all the time. So they never knew humans or God can talk to people differently. A Chinese will say Mao, a cat. A Spaniard will say gato, cat. A German will say Katze, cat. A German will say Alonte. A Chiman will say Ejamua. Somebody will say Okra. An Everman will say Daddy or Taddy. It confuses me. Pepper and cat in Ever confuses me. Is it Daddy? Charlie, my ever friends. Munfan Cheme. Right? And Hausa person will say Kinwa. A cat. Look at the names. Every language call cats different. So how did you guys expect us to call God the same name? That is the reason of the fighting around the world. Look at it. Look at what is going on. And the UN is watching. Because the UN is made up of the same people in the war. No inclusion. Now, let me talk about climate a bit. Now, Ecuador did something around August, and I love that concept. And we are going to implement it in the Pan-African system. A system that will let everybody around Africa elect our policies. When I mean about our policies, certain things, we need to make it democratic. Now we have the internet. We can make a poll. We will have a body that takes care of these polls, right? When we want to implement a system, a tax, if somebody opposes to it, that person can make a video explaining why it is. If so many people are opposing it, then we cancel it. Because now we will know that we are brothers. Everything we will build is for us. We need to build 10-lane roads around Africa. Never build a road and put 2 lanes. 10 going, 10 coming. Highways, precon. So that the African that will come won't need to build roads, right? My grandchildren won't need to build roads. They will come and work on other things. Going to the space station, having a representative in the International Space Station. Because if China is there, if Russia is there, and if the United States is there, Africa needs to be there. But we are not talking about this. We need to start from the grassroots. Nature, right? We need to clean our waters, our rivers, our sea. Our youth are in the ghettos. Pay them and let them go and pick all the baller around. And pay them. Give them houses. These are systems, you see, one of the systems that you will never find. And when I talk about Western civilization, listen to something. In Pan-Africanism, we don't want a small boy just because his father stole money to eat and put it in a bin for somebody who is 80 years or 70 years to be the cleaner of that small boy. It will never happen in Pan-Africanism. Because we know what old age is. Old age is the goal. We all want to grow. People die before they are even old. So if old age is the goal, we need to treat our elderly people in Africa well. That is why I said we will retire everybody above the ages of 50. My mothers, I'll build houses for you for free. Every woman, every man alive in Africa, in Pan-Africanism, we are going to start. We have the rocks. We don't need to go and steal other people's natural resources. We have them here. All we need is crashing the stones to make the rocks for the mortar, building, putting children, teaching carpentry, plumbing, building our continent. So Ecuador voted against drilling of the oil in the Amazon around August, and it was historic. 90% of the Ecuadorians voted against drilling oil. Now, think about it. Crude oil, look at where you find it. In the deep crust of the earth. Are you telling me God is not sensible enough to put it underneath us, knowing that when it comes to the atmosphere, it will be a problem for you and I? Now we have greener ways of energy. Solar. Africa can, you see, Africa can power the whole world back to back, just with the sun that shines on the motherland. All we need to do is harness the power of the sun. So in Africa, our coltan, our lithium won't go anywhere. In Africa, we are going to build electric trains and electric cars, cleaner energy. We won't drill for crude oil anymore, because what we need is large-scale farms to make sure food is abundant. We live a day at a time. If everybody belly full, nobody will be a thief. I swear it. Food should be free in Africa because we have the most fertile lands in the world. We are taking back our narrative. Now, that rainforest in Amazon, the Amazon rainforest in Ecuador, that they wanted to go and destroy, just 1 hectare of the Yasuni, it's called, is it Yasuni rainforest, is said to contain more animal species than the whole Europe. Just 1 hectare of that rainforest contains more animal species than the whole of Europe. So they want to come and destroy it. When that rainforest, the biodiversity in the Amazon, you are going to drill oil when we have the sun. These people, I said that is why we need to reform the UN. Your mindset, you don't develop the pineal gland. You are not enlightened enough to rule black people. No, because you would rather destroy than create abundance. And the air, we live a day at a time. Come on. Even if one day I'll die of diabetes, I'm not dead now. I live today and I live today abundantly. If tomorrow comes, fine. If not, people, my children, my children's children will come and see the work I've done. They will continue from there. If not, I will keep working towards African unity. I will keep working towards an abundant Africa for my brothers and for my sisters, other than destroy my continent where I was born, Alkebulan, and go and live in Monaco. I will never leave Africa. Africa is my home, and I'm going to fight to build it. And I'm dragging every youth of Africa, every youth in Africa along. We need to build our continent. The divisions, let it end there. We will devote 8 hours of our time, 24 hours in a day. Let us give 8 hours to Africa, to the Pan-African system. Let us work in our gift. Some people will rear cattle. Let them rear the cattle. As a matter of fact, rearing of cattle should be a must. People love doing it. People, you see, when you love to rear cattle, all we need to do is support you so that we will get more meat for our chichinga, because Ghanaians, we love our chichinga, we love our kebab, and come on. I was saying you made biryani for our Ghana, minianum. And free sro and a basi. Don't be in churches praying for God to come and destroy this world. Look at Dubai. Do you think they are praying? Their prayer topic is your prayer topic. Let us build our continent. One more Tesariso, Dubai for more Tesariso, crude oil, any area, any Angiano Penomo. It used to be a fishing village. Crude oil pe. Yeah, no, crude oil men shasa sinasi. Eriano, yabe hanesi. Every house will have a solar panel there. Self-reliant. With huge batteries. When you have a problem, you make a call. We will send, there will be an institution that takes care of that. Come to your house, change the batteries. Cleaner energy. Come on, my brothers. We need to build our continent and we need to build Africa now, not tomorrow. So as I said, the Yashuni rainforest, just 1 hectare of the Yashuni rainforest has more animal species than the whole of Europe. And they wanted to go and destroy that place. And had more tree species than the whole of North America. So why do you destroy nature? Why are we drilling oil when we have the sun? What we want the oil to do, the sun can do it over. We need to start building electric cars without lithiums in Africa. And then we can put the roof. It can be a solar panel. We should start designing and developing something like that. A roofing system that will be a solar panel that will catch the power of the sun. Ghana, when you are walking in the sun, a real bulb. Harness it. Charging the batteries whilst you drive. Cleaner energy, not gasoline. Come on, my brothers. Come on, my sisters. My queens. Me, I love Ghana women. I love African women, man. I want to marry 54 women. Every woman from every country now. Very soon it will become territories. Or we will even call it territories. Al-Kabula. Africa is one country. And then we need to create systems that will empower you and I, our children. We should think about our children. We should leave a lasting legacy for our children. And me, I always tell myself, what is the essence of this mortal life, right? If not for a legacy purpose. Think about it. If you can become like a Samoajan, why are you playing football in the small adversity? You stop playing football. Because do you know what he had to go through to become a Samoajan? Do you know what Sarkodie had to go through? Now you have the internet to even rap and put it on your own TikTok page and it goes viral. Sarkodie had to walk from Tema to go and record with Dr. Duncan those days. Dr. Crime, Stage J, Okotoepu and those Tema boys. Come on. So if we need to learn Africa, what is here, what we are developing with the Pan-African system. Now, let me put it out there. If you're an African and you want to invest your money into something, come and give it to me. Yes, bring it to the ordained Crown Prince of Ghana. I have around 200,000 acres. I need to start developing it. If you're a real estate company, come with outrageous things because I'm a crazy person. You need to be crazy to, at age 3, think of uniting your continent and working a day at a time towards that goal. Now I'm in my early 30s and now it is working. It is manifesting. We will start the Pan-African system after President Nana Dankwa Akufo-Addo has finished his term. We are uniting ourselves. No, it's not Sami Ewuku versus Sami Jemfi. And no debi ame kamuni na mumbeka Pan-African system. I'm inviting Sami Jemfi. I'm inviting all the political parties. It's Pan-African system. And you Ghana for. Ehu here debi enyen kremofo ni Christopher. Ghana ni ebibini Africa ni enope ye sikafo. Da ye behu nyansa we pe. Obi fufro ntumi mbesisa nneama emfiri Ghana nko. Obi fufro ntumi mbeka kire Bediako-Poku se Bediako-Poku winim wo ha no bibi wo asase ni mu meba betu na mesei ekuro ni nyina na wonim bibi ye fra bibi capitalism me mema usika Me na me to machines ne nyama be 20 no. Wo je 10%. Me for 19. Why? Because me na me ba be ye. Na ya opoku. Esan say capitalism ye chire no school nti. O ti ase ma. O say yo 10% no. E be $100 million. O dirika baba. Because sabi ebusua be didi. Iti ni real fi say 10% na waje no. Ne nananom e ba betua. Ne nananom beba sa $100 million na oji ye no. Eye peanut because brony onu aye the system did that. Obetumi aka say inflation. What the $10 million kra to her. Inflation to me ma sika na ho ode so to meet it. Before you realize a day na ka obeton $10 million no. Just 2 years ebeto so a obeton $20 million. Onu na ye the system. Inti mumu hu above brony system. Emma ye hunu nyansa emfan Oman kron Ghana me se mu amode mu ano e kaseti ya Ghana me sra mu menuanom bibia ye energy yese woto bo obo ban a esan bebo wa wo ye bone a wo betwa moje biye ni ho ebeji wo betwa iti bone bia wo ye no wo betwa kai everything is energy nyankopon ama wo two sides wo se ye papa na papa mra wo ye bone a enuti na obi oye boni nkrofo ka ne ho asem no enche na wewu no because boni na oye no adoso nkrofo bi omanu aka nsamoni ama adoso nti ebe born no onu ne nananum kra ntumi nye no onu obefiri asase so men ni boni enkotena so ri dem nka se Yesu moja wo hunto bi do bibia me ka kire wo nokre everything is energy wo ye papa ebeko na bo aba nkrofo be ye papa krono ebejai wo Africa in Pan-Africanism enye se ye de ehurehuru na nso obi anya bibidi obi anya bebi di ni tito Accra House of Folk na ye see 100,000 capacity stadium amano multi purpose Kumasi Asante Kotoko your friend is saying Accra Great Olympics na ye see 100,000 capacity stadiums amasa clubs and a Ghana Premier League every Saturday, every Sunday, emu aye tare. Na nka ye adwuma na yenso yakotena ye stadiums no. Na kotoko pa ne has. Na mitimubi. Na me support kotoko. Na nka me support wan. Me yan crying fan any Asante fan so me I've grown up a kotoko fan. But me to me is okay. Accra House of Folk kotoko. I'm neutral. Keke na ajo alonya mi me nyeke. Inya ko ni gama ya aka ke. Kwe padi ya ji Asante ma de. We are here to create an abundant Africa. No other reason. 2023, if we spend our time doing the same thing our fathers have done, we will live here a million years, nothing will change. Decolonize your mind. Change your mindset. It's been a pleasure having you on Omai Kron Ghana. Catch me on Friday, every 9 a.m. live. I start with music. And let me end with music. Let me end with my Ghanaian brother, Amrado Kweku Anansi.